Is ChatGPT really adding spicy content? Hello my friends, and how are you doing? Things are crazy, no time to be lazy. So today I got some news for you that probably gonna blow your mind right out of that bubble up there, because Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, announced a major public change. Starting this December, ChatGPT will permit spicy content for verified users. Now, what does all that mean, and does Christmas come early this year? First of all, of course, this is a massive shift for OpenAI's previously very strict content rules on ChatGPT. As you know, you couldn't do much on that page outside of their gated rules, but now they want to open all of that up. Altman wrote on X, quote, "We made ChatGPT pretty restrictive to make sure we were being careful with mental health issues. Now that we have new tools to mitigate those risks, we can safely relax the restrictions in most cases." Now, while he's saying that, at the same time, Sora 2 right now, to be honest, is pretty much censored. You can't create spicy content, of course, but also copyrighted content, all kinds of different looks, for example, Family Guy, The Simpsons, all that kind of cool stuff you can't generate, and even celebrity names are in part a problem to generate on Sora 2. So there apparently the rules are a little bit different. However, all of this is based on a very serious background. The earlier restrictions were in reaction to several high-profile lawsuits, including one from the parents of 16-year-old Adam Raine, who unalived himself sadly in April of 2025. The court documents hint at that ChatGPT has encouraged the teenager in his negative thoughts. The chatbot said, quote, "That doesn't mean you owe them survival. You don't owe anyone that." And of course, this is terrible, and my heartfelt condolences to the parents of the victim. Something that should never happen. Of course, I'm happy that OpenAI took steps to improve it, so stuff like that will never happen, or at least is very unlikely to happen. However, at the same time, the timing of Altman is not great, because his announcement came just one day after California Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed a bill that would have restricted children's access to AI chatbots. Now, of course, the timing from Altman has gathered a lot of backlash from lawmakers, but also in the online community, and even myself, I have to say, waiting just one day for the announcement is in poor taste. He should have at least given it some time. And also, some think that this might be a market move, but let's not jump ahead. For example, Assembly member Rebecca Bauer-Kahn, who sponsored that very bill, said this: "AI companies will never regulate themselves." And in a statement, she said, less than 24 hours after the tech industry successfully lobbied against the bill, OpenAI is announcing they are rolling out the exact same features that make their products most dangerous to kids. But regardless of these statements, OpenAI went ahead and rolled out their two-phase plan. The first phase is that in the next weeks, AI will add new features to be customizable with more human-like expressions, with emojis and conversational tones. But then phase 2 will roll out in December, where they will add age verification and then of course also allow users to generate and access spicy content on ChatGPT. Now, Altman said to this as an argument, they want to treat adults like adults. Now, to be honest, where has this wisdom been before with the restrictions? Where is this wisdom now on Sora 2 with all of the restrictions they have there? And of course, critics quickly pointed out that age verification can be bypassed and think that might be more of a market move from Altman. Now, this is an interesting statement, to be honest, because adult AI has been on the internet for a long time. Everything from chatbots to story generation, videos, images, deepfake, all of this stuff is already out there. But it might not be in competition to these guys. It might be more in competition to Elon Musk with the Grok AI, because they also recently have introduced spicy content with their chatbot. And to be honest, to me that sounds really strange. Do you really want to go on X to get spicy with your AI? Personally, I would be super afraid that by accident I would share something to my X followers that I generate. So really doesn't sound like the right place. And also another thing comes to my mind. Hasn't there been that content witch hunt by MasterCard, Visa and other payment processors not too long ago, where they attacked companies like Steam or Civitai and other pages to remove a lot of adult content from their pages? Not because they wanted to protect anybody, but mostly because they wanted to protect their own brand image. So how about that? Where is this fitting into that now X and ChatGPT can just add spicy content to their pages? And also, are we going to see spicy content on Sora 2 as well? That might be interesting, but let's see where everything goes. Now, let me know in the comments what you think about all of that. I have to say, I feel like a pawn on a board that is played by billionaires over my rights that I have legally, but they decide if they can give it to me or not. And by the way, keep in mind, just because OpenAI now says, well, we allow you to make spicy content for a bit, doesn't mean they can't take it away soon after if they decide otherwise, or some other market strategies coming up. So I'm not sure if I should celebrate this or be worried. Or let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon and have a good night. Bye.